was talking about this yesterday on a live, but dating is, I haven't dated in a long time. I haven't dated in 17 years, right? Take this with a grain of salt, as you do with everything that I say, I'm sure. But dating in 2025 is just as easy or as difficult as it was in 2005 when I was dating. The reason why I'm so confident about this is because I know why dating is so hard, and I know why I know why dating is so hard now, and I know why dating was hard back in 2025 if it was hard for people. The reason why dating is so hard is because of the behaviors of men. It is because of how men approach dating, not because dating in and of itself is hard, because dating in and of itself is actually fun. Or at least it should be, whether you end up with the person or not. Think about it, like dating should be fun. Should be fun. Should be fun to get to know people, right? Like dating in a perfect world, the way that I look at dating should not only be like you finding a person to be romantically involved with. If you are dating a person and you were being authentically yourself, then it would stand to reason that you might be able to walk away from some of these or a lot of these situations with just like good connections with people, and not and you would know that there's no like chemistry there, like sexual chemistry or tension or whatever. It's like, yeah, we tried it, we didn't like it. Here, let's be friends instead, because I thought this person was fucking dope and solid or whatever. Like, that's it. You should be able to walk away with friendships and connections with people from dating. Instead, you walk away with nothing. And the main reason why is because of how men approach dating. Period, point fucking blank.
Dating apps are pure shit. They're trash. They're toxic. And I'll give you guys a few reasons why. A third of the profiles are fake profiles. They're bots. It's just the way it is. The second third are so photoshopped, they don't even resemble themselves in real lives. Trust me on this one. And society has turned standards so unrealistic that
trust me, bro,
every girl now looks the same. Body, face, style, they mimic each other. It's kind of like a loss of substance, right? You're losing your uniqueness. And the final third, most people can't even carry a fucking conversation.
Now, real quick. So the bot thing, okay, whatever. Maybe there's some validity to that. I could see that being the case. I'm sure that like all social media is like kind of like that at the end of the day. I know all of social media is like that, right? From what I understand. But my face is dry right here. I'm sorry. Shit is literally hurting me. But the second part about the physical shit is weird. Like, it's just weird because that is, and it's not weird because I'm shocked to hear it from men or anything like that. It's weird because it's like, that's what you're hung up on. But here's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you listen to how men are approaching dating, they're looking at this as like the same way that we look at dating in general, but online dating, it doesn't matter. But if you listen to what he's saying, it's just like, yeah, she's not that attractive, or her look isn't unique. Like, nigga, is that what you saw? That's what you're concerned. I don't care if every woman looked alike. What is she like on the inside? Which also what he's saying isn't true, but whatever. I'm just saying, what are they like on the inside as far as the people are concerned, right? The things that men are focused on is looks. It's the physicality of it. That's the most important thing. Now, the third thing he said, as far as not being able to carry conversation. Okay, that's fair and that's valid. That's a legit one, no doubt about it. But the real reason is the physical shit. That's what he's so hung up about, right? It's like, oh, they're not like, oh, the pictures aren't really them. They're catfishing you. And, and if they're not, they all look the same, because the standard societal pressures on women is so high, yada, 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 right?
You're losing your uniqueness. And the final third, Most people can't even carry a fucking conversation. And I speak for both genders because I've spoken to multiple women who have gone on dates with good looking guys, attractive guys, and tell me that they're great texters. They're so funny. They're right on cue. They check in, they text, they conversate, they hold a conversation well. And then we go to dinner and the guy is quiet. He's shy. He's scared. He's awkward. Guys, if you don't want this to be an exclusively cyber relationship, you better polish up your game. And with that, men are losing touch with the organic approach, with the charming pickup lines, with a face-to-face confident approach. Because I am a student of the game, I always ask a girl, why'd you decide to go on a date with me? What was it? You know? And one girl actually told me, she says, believe it or not, you're not even my type, but you are the first guy in over a fucking year that has approached me face to face in real life and asked me out on a date. That's crazy. And she thought that was an alpha move. She thought it was a very...
Now, so what I'm getting from this is even him as a, you know, he's a red pill alpha bro guy, right? But like, even he is acknowledging that men struggle with having deep conversations with women in real life, right? I think online men also struggle with that. I don't think it's like that men are better texters and worse in person or vice versa. I don't know. But I think men struggle with communication in all forms, in all mediums, right? And he is acknowledging that, right? A reason why men struggle with communication with women, especially early on, is because men are afraid to say the wrong thing because men are masking. So we don't know what we can say. We don't know what we can get away with. And some men, like he said, I'm a student of the game. Some of the men just don't have that emotional awareness to be able to go out there and kind of feel the situation out for what it is and see, you know, and test boundaries and escape, you know, relatively safe. And when I say escape, I'm saying get out of the situation. Like you test the waters, you see how far she'll allow you to go with something or joke or whatever the case may be without coming off as like a fucking creep and like ruining the date, right? He can do that. And some men can, but a lot of men, if not most men, can't do that. They just can't, you know what I mean? Like they can't do, they don't know how to have that conversation. They don't know how to, like you said, play the game. But here's what I'm saying. Men are playing a game, right? If you listen to what the problems are for men versus what the problems are for women in dating, he is the problem for women. Like he's playing a game. He's playing a game. He's a fucking manipulator, right? Then you have the men that can't communicate. So the women are screwed either way. They're screwed either way. They're either with the man that's hitting them up WID every day, not actually texting, you know, not being able to communicate. Then when they get in person, can pretty much continuing the same vibes, or you're with this weirdo that's like asking you these interviewee ass questions and shit like that, acting like a fucking robot. You know what I'm saying? Acting like he's a pickup artist and shit. Like you're either dealing with a creep or a creeper. You know, a creepy guy and a creeper, kind of different. You know, creeper vibes, more dangerous. Creepy guy is like sleazy. He's like a sleazy guy, I would say. So you're either dealing with a creepy guy or a sleazy guy. Just making it difficult, man.
Confident sign. And she decided to go on a date with me. You see what online dating is doing. I know so many guys are like, dude, I'll just slide in her DMs. Well, yeah, that's great. That's easy. I get it. But don't you want to stand out? Don't you want to approach her? Don't you want to see what she's about? Don't you want to get her vibe too? Because my thing is this, man. I've met beautiful women that have had ugly ass personalities and shit attitudes. And I'm sure women have done the same. They've met guys that are attractive, but their attitude is shit. So don't you want to kind of feel that out? I think the best way to do it is a face-to-face. I
just want to be clear. I don't disagree with how you meet. He thinks you should meet him in person, or I don't even care about that. Dating, it's just the fact that men are always playing a fucking game. That's the problem with dating from the woman's perspective. That's what women always have to deal with. They're always dealing with men trying to scam them. Always. Men not seeing them as people, seeing them as objects. Oh, she loses her uniqueness or whatever the fuck because you're so wrapped up in her physical appearance, right? That is what women are dealing with constantly when it comes to dating. And what are men dealing with when it comes to dating? What are we dealing with when it comes to dating? I'm curious to know. Like I said, I haven't dated in a long time, but it doesn't seem any different. Like I know men trying to lie and act like, oh man, these women just really out here expecting the world to be handed to them on a platter, and you got to take them to the Four Seasons for brunch. And like, that's a lie. That's a lie. Women's expectations have changed, right? That doesn't mean that dating has gotten harder for men though, because their expectations aren't rooted in things that men don't have control over, like money. Like, I mean, you have, a good amount of control over how much money you make. I don't know, I'm not one of those like pull yourself up by your bootstraps guy, right? Like, so, if you were born poor and you're still poor, I ain't gonna be like, well, why you never figured it out? Like, there's a fucking system, like we know. But the women's expectations have changed 20 years ago when I was dating, because I feel like women's bars were lower 20 years ago for men. The expectations for men were lower, but I'm talking about the emotional expectations of men, not the financial expectations of men, right? I think women are more sure of themselves, what they expect out of men, what they're not willing to tolerate out of men. Like, to me, these things shouldn't make dating harder. It should make dating easier for men, because what women want, it has become more refined and more defined. So it's more in focus now than ever. So it has the opposite effect for men. When I look at the landscape of dating for men and what women are saying, I'm like, oh, this is easy. They're telling you exactly what they want. And you have social media. You can listen to women talk for hours and hours and hours on end, like about what they want or what they don't like or whatever. And then all you have to do is make yourself, and I'm not talking about like in a manipulative way, make yourself this person. I'm saying actually be that person. Like, what I'm saying is, a woman is asking for a man to have integrity. Make sure you are a man of integrity. Don't act like a man of integrity. I'm saying, like, actually be a man of integrity. Women are asking for men to be generous. Don't act like a generous man. Don't love bomb her. Actually be a generous man. Women are looking for men that listen to them. Women are looking for men that are intentional about them and intentional about the things that they do with them. Be intentional. You see what I'm saying? Pay attention to detail. Like, focus on them. Pay attention. Like, that's what they're laying it all out for us. All you got to do is just step through the door. Seems super easy to date as a man right now. Now, I get it that could seem hard, like people public, but that's hard. It's only hard as you're making it. Like I said, it is rooted in your behavior. You can easily change that about you. These things are not only good when it comes to dating, they're good for you as a human being, like you and your development as a human being. These things will make you a better person, right? The things that women are requiring of men or asking of men, so that we can be in their presence, so that we can be in union with them, so we can be, so we can go on dates with them, hang out with them, whatever the case may be, are things that will just make us better people in life, make us better parents, make us better sons and daughters, make us better coworkers, make us better friends. So you should want to do it anyway on the strength. But if you need motivation, hey, this should start it. This should do it for you, right? I like to get into what women are looking for. But first, this is the type of stuff also where I'm saying how we are so fragile, so fragile.
The dating apps create a terrible dynamic for men where a small number of men get all of the invitations. And that means they can become jerks. They can be rude. They can date multiple women. And then the women feel,
why would that make you become a jerk? See what I'm saying? You're already fucking up, Mr. Old Man. You're basically saying you're excusing men's entitlement. Because why would that make you become a jerk? These women don't owe you an opportunity. So if you get on an app and you get rejected 99% of the time, then shouldn't the approach not be, oh, let me get mad and blame the women? Shouldn't your approach be, wow, I wonder why I'm getting rejected so much. And why are these 4% or these 4%? Yeah, these 4% of men getting all of these requests and getting all of this attention. What is it about them? Are they really that much better better looking than I am? Is that what it is? Is it because they're all flashing money in their like, is that what's going on? Oh, then you go read their bios and they're not saying weird shit like, yeah, looking for long-term booty calls, looking to have a good time with a fucking winking emoji and shit. Like, could it be that? Could it be, for starters? Maybe your profile picture is bad. Maybe you're not the creative type. Maybe you're just bad at pictures. Maybe you're not photogenic. Like these are the things. I think that you can make your profile really decent. It's like I look, man. The way that I look at online profiles is like the way that I look at resumes, right? Like, I'm personally not good at making resumes. That doesn't mean I'm not good at my job. That doesn't mean I'm not a good worker. I'm just not good at making resumes, right? So if there's a small percentage of men getting a bunch of attention, they're just the ones who are good at making their resumes. But you do realize there are resume like formats that you can use, and you could just like put your information in there, and they have resume generators, and they have all types of shit to help you. You can go to AI, you can use ChatGPT to help you build a resume out. Like, get creative. You have to focus on your resume, right? But men don't want to do any work. The level of entitlement is so high, you think that all you have to do is show up and the women should just give you an opportunity. That's not how it works, bro.
Men are jerks, but you've got most of the men are getting no bites. They're getting no dates, and they feel women are jerks. All they want is, X, Y, and Z.
All they want is what, though? See how they can never be specific? What do women want? X, Y, and Z. Creativeness, look attractive, look presentable, and know how to communicate in your profile. What do you mean? Because that's what I'm saying. What are these dudes doing? Like, I know this dude is going to try to make it seem like all these dudes are like taking pictures with their fucking shirts off and shit at the gym, and they're all like, yo, it's not that, man. It's not. I bet anything it's not that. I used to get, when I was young, before, a long ass time ago, there was a thing called Black Planet. We talk about it. I don't even remember what my profile was, but I was never good at making profiles, ever. Never good. I didn't post myself dunking a basketball. I didn't show myself like fucking doing no adventurous shit. I just had like a picture of myself. Like, I think that was like all you can do. And then whatever my, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever my shit. Well, I think you could maybe post like some more pictures. I don't even remember how it was, but it wasn't nothing crazy. Like, I know you couldn't do much on there. Maybe you can do like 3 or 4 pictures or something like that. That's all I did. It was something real simple. So many women hit me up from that. So many women hit me up. Like, and it's a different time. I know, it was more new and, what, I don't know. But I'm just saying, I got hit up a lot on there. I know my friends weren't getting hit up as much as me. I know that, right? But I was getting hit up a lot. I'm not the most photogenic person. Maybe I'm conventionally attractive. Like, I don't know. Like, that's fine. But I'm just saying, there is a group of men out here. Yes, you're going to be trash at this. You're probably not attractive. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be harder for you to appeal to a woman, right? But you don't give up. You still need to try. But then there's a bunch of average men who are failing at this because they're just entitled. And then they're blaming women for their failure, like men typically do. And then that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's what I'm trying to tell the men. It is your behavior.
So I think the dating apps are one of the reasons driving the sexes apart. Again, this is just for heterosexual dating. Just driving the sexes apart, making it more difficult to date, to court, to fall in love, to marry, to have children. So I think we're going to look back on this and say the dating apps had all these unintended consequences that are...
The dating apps are awesome. I don't care what you guys say. Dating apps are awesome. In theory. Dating apps are awesome in theory. If you think about what a dating app is, it is fucking beautiful and it is fucking awesome. If you think about what a dating app is, I know there's an algorithm. The algorithms could be atrocious. The algorithms could algorithm like we know algorithms do. But he's not talking about the algorithms. He's just talking about women making choice. He's talking about the human aspect of it. And I'm telling you, that dating apps, all it really does is just expand your options. That's all it does. So instead of you having 3 options, now you have 300 options. That's all it does, right? Now that could kind of convolute things. It can make things a little, hard to sift through or whatever. But it's not bad. It's not bad in and of itself. What's driving the sexes apart, once again, is the behavior of men. It's not the dating apps. It's the behaviors of men.
Really messing up the romantic lives of Gen Z.
Fuck out of here. What's messing up the dating lives of Gen Z, like I said, is men, the economy, things of that nature. That women are becoming more educated and men are becoming less educated. That women are becoming more liberal, men are becoming less liberal. You're blaming it on dating apps is fucking crazy. Now, I saved the best for last. I want us to listen to a woman give us an example of how men function on dating apps. And I saved this because this is what I think dating apps are like for men. This is what I think dating apps are like for men. Period, point blank. This is what I think dating apps are like for most men on dating apps.
These men on Hinge, I told myself that I was going to, to essentially force myself to get back out there and see, what the apps be hitting for. I did make a point to say that I also want to, do a little bit more dating in person to meet people. But, oh my God, I'm going to just show you. So this person, their profile was decent. It said that they were like a computer science engineer or something. It looked like we had a lot of things in common. So I was really hopeful about, this particular interaction until he hit me with this. I said that I enjoy rotting on my couch, and he wants to lead with an innuendo. Like, really? Really? So I tell him, normally I would have just blocked him.
Hold on, let's go back. Because I forgot. I thought she was going to read it, but she didn't. Let's go back. Because I always want to make sure that for my peoples that may not be be watching this like with their phone down like me. Like I listen to a lot of YouTube when I'm away from my phone when I do it. I just want to make sure. So it says, I love riding on my couch and I love riding on the couch, enjoying my clean house. He responded back with, what about doing other things on the couch? Eye emojis. She said, well, this was disappointing. He said, how so? And then she said, what about, quote, what about doing other things on the couch? Eye emojis, end quote. Then she said, there's innuendo in that. Instead of saying something like, oh, you like to keep your place clean too? That's dope. Or what does rotting look like for you? You opted to lead with, and then she's going to keep going.
Said that I enjoy rotting on my couch, and he wants to lead with an innuendo. Like, really? Really? So I tell him, normally I would have just blocked him and continued going, but I was like, you know what? I need answers. I need answers. So I was like, you know what? This is really disappointing. He's like, how so? So I basically tell him, like, again, I'm like, you don't know me, and you're leading with an innuendo. I'm like, that's sexual. It's weird. I'm like, making this entire thing incredibly disappointing. But I was like, since we're here, okay, I'm like, I'm gonna just ask. I'm like, I asked him, I said, I just want to understand, like, why some of y'all do that and who it's working on. I'm like, is it working at all? And apparently it does. It works for people who aren't looking for anything serious. So then I asked him, I'm like,
hold on. Let's read it again.
At all. And apparently
she said, you opted to lead with something that can only be interpreted as having sexual undertones. You don't know me. That's weird and gross, making it disappointing. Normally, I would have just unmatched and moved on. I just want to understand why some of y'all do that. Who is that working on, or is it even working at all? And he responded, it works on people who aren't looking for serious relationships on dating apps where casual dating is very common. And then she said, I'm assuming that's what you were looking for then, right? Now, this is exactly what I'm saying, right? So, men, I think that most men are not looking for serious relationships. Historically, right? Well, I will go back to when I was dating 20 years ago. Men were not looking for serious relationships. I'm pretty sure 20 years before that, men were not looking for serious relationships. Pretty sure 20 years before that, men were forced to marry, a woman when they slept with her or something like that. So times were different. But back then, if you left it up to those men, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be looking for serious relationships, right? So it seems like men haven't changed that much. It seems like men still have the same approach. It seems like men are still trying to get the most out of women without giving anything in return. So I don't understand what's so different about 2025 versus 2005 for me. Seems like the same shit. Seems like a bunch of horny men still just trying to hunch on as many women as they possibly can. They just have different ways of doing it, but it's the same shit at the end of the day, right? It is the behaviors of men that is driving the dating market down. It's the behaviors of men that is fucking up the dating market for men and women.
It does. It works for people who aren't looking for anything serious. So then I asked him, I'm like, okay, so I'm assuming that's what you're looking for. And he says, yes. And I'm like, I looked at his profile to make sure that I wasn't tripping with how I swiped, and looking at his, like what he was looking for, he said that he was looking for a long-term partner. So I told him, I'm like, yo, like, you might want to change that, so people don't waste their swipes. And he's like, it's not that deep. No, it is. It is. And I think this is what bothers me.
So again, he's not interested in a long-term relationship, but he knows women are interested in long-term relationships. Like a lot of women are, right? Not to say every woman is, but most women are, right? So he's masking in his profile. He's experienced. He's seasoned. He's figured out a part of the game. Like, hey, if you put that, you'll get more bites. So remember what the other dude was saying about, these men are being rejected. Are you putting that in your profile? Or if you're one of the good guys, are you showing how much of a good guy you are? Your good qualities? Are you putting stuff in your profile that would give that would signal to women that you're just interested in like some quick physical interaction? Do you sound sure of yourself? Like, just asking, because the men who are seasoned, the ones who are probably getting the 4% of men that's getting this, they know that. They've just figured out the game. It seems like this dude has just figured out the game to some extent, right? At least this part of it. And then he's going on to making this, it's not that deep. It is that deep. You're lying. You know you're lying. It is that deep. You're lying. You know you're lying. Period. Period, point fucking blank.
Me the most about it, I'm like, you guys don't even wait 24, 48, 72 hours. You don't wait until after you've met somebody and talk to them about what it is that you're looking for to lead with something sexual. Like, y'all just...
Since when did men ever need time to become a perv? Because men are pervy when they see a woman out in public, let alone, online. Like they don't give a fuck.
Y'all don't view us as human beings for real, like, because of the way that you're choosing to go about that. There's nothing wrong with having a casual relationship, having a casual sexual relationship, or even like actively looking for that relationship dynamic. Nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. The problem is, I'm like, y'all are not treating these people like they're people with feelings and interests and hobbies. Y'all literally are just trying to do the...
She said, y'all treat these dating apps like escort services. Exactly. That's how men are dating on the apps. And that's why women don't like the apps. And that's what I'm saying when I say how men are fucking up dating. Men also treat every encounter with a woman as if he's propositioning her for sex, like she's a prostitute. It's the same shit in real life. It's the same shit it was 20 years ago. It's the same shit it is in 2025. It's the same fucking thing. Nothing has changed. It's the same shit. I'm telling you, it's the same. It's the stories, when you boil them down, it's the same. At their core, they're the same thing. Men trying to gain access to a woman's body without doing anything to get there, like without learning her, without taking her out on a date. All this stuff. Look at everything that's happening now. Oh, should men pay for dates and blah 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 blah. Back in the day, back when I was dating, women were more promiscuous. Women were having more smecks. They were having more sex, right? That's what the numbers say. Me and my friends, and I'm just making the connection. Me and my friends never complained about paying for dates. We never did. But we weren't sexless. We were having we was hunching. My millennials, we was hunching, right? So I guess we were getting, whatever we wanted out of that date, paying for that date. We were getting that exchange, right? We you know what I mean? It was like, hey, we took her out on a few dates. We got sex. I'll do that. That seems like a fair trade to me. But nowadays, they're not getting sex. Even when they take the women out, if they could even get to that point, even if they could take the woman out, they're not getting sex. So they're like, oh man, should men even be paying for dates anymore? That's the connection. That's what's happening.
Whop the bam, and that's it. And that's honestly, I've been in places in my life where I was like, honestly, I don't want anything serious. I just, I'm trying to get twisted up like a pretzel and have that be it. But even in those relationships, I'm like, we were cool. If we went over and that didn't happen, if we were just watching movies or just eating food and catching up, it was very clear that, again, respect was there. It's still a relationship. The entitlement, it's just gross, crazy.
Exactly. She clocked it. The entitlement. What did I say? I told y'all earlier, I said the men are just entitled. The men are entitled, and that's why they're crashing out when they don't get access to a woman after one swipe or whatever the fuck goes on these apps, after they send you one Grand Rising Queen and you don't respond, after whatever it does, if they don't get this intended or expected result, the men are going to be mad and they're going to feel like, oh, see, it ain't worth it. That's why, oh man, these women don't deserve nothing. They don't deserve our respect. They don't deserve our time, blah, 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 blah.
I think I'm going to take a break until the new year because
that was fast. She just got on the app. She already ready to take a break, but I don't blame her. But yeah, so that's pretty much what it is. That's what I've been saying about dating. I'm going to talk about dating a lot. I love talking about dating. I think dating is interesting, but I'm trying to tell people, I think dating is fun. I think dating is fun. I think dating is one of the most fun experiences that people can have. I don't care what age you are. Dating should be fun. It's not that fun for women though, because of how men act, because of how violent men are, the threat of violence towards women, how disrespectful men are, how weird men are, all of that shit, how we don't communicate. It is all driven by our behavior. That's what I'm saying. But dating can be fun. And God damn it, I'm going to make dating fun again. That's my goal. My goal is to make dating fun. Not again, but dating should be fun. I don't know if it was ever fun. So I'm going to try to make dating fun. I'm trying to do what I can do to help people have fun dating again, specifically men and women. I want both parties to have fun dating, but I got to talk to the men about it.